Hello, everybody. I just had a question that I wanted to ask. I'm not going to show a whole bunch of footage because I'm sure all of you guys have been watching it a million times, and um, I know I have been, but here's the question I wanted to ask. I have noticed that a lot of the assets in Dragon's Dogma 2, woo, they're the same. I won't know for sure, obviously, unless I can play the game, so it makes a tool so I can look at the textures and stuff. But from a lot of things I can see, they are effectively the same. And I've had the idea to backport a lot of the higher quality assets to the first game pretty much since that first gameplay trailer came out. However, something I was kind of thinking, I know that one of the things that I wanted to do when it came to Dragon's Dogma 1 was see just how far I could push the game with textures alone, because a whole bunch of higher poly models can be a little bit taxing on, like, the game's processing. I mean, I know back when I modded Skyrim, I could put a decent chunk of high-end textures in, but I had some processing issues when I had like a bunch of high poly models in, so there's that. But again, I kind of wanted to see how far I could push things with just the textures, and I'm going to say it's pretty much a given that the models are going to be different or higher poly or whatever. So I guess the question I'm trying to ask the community, when it comes to my remastering project, would you guys be okay with me porting stuff from Dragon's Dogma 2 to Dragon's Dogma 1 to save myself a lot of work and drawing, knowing that maybe it'll be a little bit different. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be like exactly the same and it'll just be awesome. But there are going to be things that are going to be different, and another thing to take into consideration is this. Let's say they are a little bit different, or maybe they're even like they're just super high quality. I'm doing my best to, well, be the best I can with art. It's why this project is taking forever. I feel like I'm making no progress because I have really high standards. I am essentially aiming for perfection, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but I really care about this game, and I'm trying to make absolute one-to-one recreations of the game's existing textures. The reason I'm saying that, got off a little off topic there. Let's say I port something from Dragon's Dogma 2 to 1. Capcom is going to have better artists than me, and some of the things I port from Dragon's Dogma 2 may look out of place in 1 even when I do make HD versions of the existing textures. Especially if, let's say I port equipment. I can see that they've got like the plated coat and the classic iron armor, and I saw the trusty sword and stuff in the trailers, blah blah blah. What happens if they don't have every existing piece of equipment that's in Dragon's Dogma 1 in 2? Then the quality might not be as high. What if I've got, iron armor and plated coat and everything, but it looks way better than what I'm able to do for, say, oh, I don't know, some mage equipment. Or I know they have some mage equipment in two, but perhaps I'm rambling a little bit here and making this video a bit too long. But I guess I'm just wanting to know the community's thoughts on these sorts of things. There's a lot of different angles to look at it, and I guess I'm just trying to get some feedback. So I'll ask the question as clearly as I can one more time. Sorry for overthinking and overexplaining things. I kind of tend to do that, but with my Dragon's Dogma Remastered project, do you guys think it is okay to port things from the sequel, knowing that it might change the way certain things look, it might change up the models, etc., etc.? Let me know what you think of the comments. I know that I'm not a super popular channel, but I do appreciate feedback. I've been going back and forth on this a lot, and I just decided to reach out and ask, and I thought a video might get me a couple more responses than just dropping a random question in a Discord channel. So, yeah, thanks for listening. Sorry I rambled a little bit there. Have a good one, everybody.